Great work, you got them to say yes. Your first CPA, your attorney, what other strategic partner has agreed to work with you. Now what? A lot of people think the hard work is done, but actually it's just begun. As my good friend Jon Kuttin says, it's hard to get a CPA or attorney to agree to work with you. It's really hard to get them to take action. So in this video, I'm going to be covering 4 tips to make sure that yes turns actually into clients. So the first tip, have a script and an email template that you give them. First of all, you don't want to leave the variables up to them. And second of all, you want to remove all of the roadblocks or the additional work that they have to do in order for them to take action. So by providing them with a script, you actually increase the likelihood that they're going to take action. Now, let's say the client's name is Bob, and I'm going to role play this phone script for you because first is going to be the phone script where they're going to call and they're going to introduce this additional work that they're going to be doing with you. And then they're going to send a follow-up email. So here's just role playing what it would sound like. Hey Bob, Anton Anderson here. How are you? Great to hear. Listen, as you know, my office has done tax preparation for the last 11 years. Given the unprecedented times that we're in right now, we're going to become even more proactive and holistic with our very best clients. So what I'd like to do within half an hour of getting off the phone is shoot you an email, and it's going to have a link to a questionnaire that I'd like you to fill out. Shouldn't take you more than 5 to 10 minutes. Once you get it back to me, my team and I will look at it. We'll let you know if we see any planning needs or opportunities. Thanks. Any small chat there. Then as soon as they get off the phone, they're going to send this email that you also template for them. The email is basically going to just say exactly what they said on the phone and have a questionnaire. Now, if you work with us, you obviously already have our online questionnaire you can use. If you don't work with us, just use your own version of a questionnaire. And basically what the questionnaire is going to do is going to be asking more holistic, more broad questions about their current financial situation. Okay? So once they get that questionnaire back, then you and the team review it, and it's the opportunity to reach out to them. Okay, so that's the first one. Provide the CPA or attorney with a script and an email template. The second one, role play that script with them. Do not just give it to them and expect them to take it and feel confident enough to call the client. The way I like to do it is kind of put yourself in their shoes and say, anytime I'm going through a new process, I like to not only script it out, but role play that. And I found that it's extremely helpful when I role play with somebody. So why don't we take 5 to 10 minutes, maybe once a week, and just kind of role play this. And that way you'll be more comfortable actually when you're engaging with clients. And that's it. So you can be the client, right? And they can be the CPA, and then swap where actually you're the CPA so they can hear you say it. They can be the client. And literally ring, ring, ring. Hey Bob, Anton Anderson here. And role play like that. If you think about the baseball analogy, it's like the first time you see a curveball, a fastball, a knuckleball, and a slider, you don't want to be up at bat during a game. You want to see those things during batting practice. So just role play with them, change your personality, sometimes talkative, sometimes skeptical, sometimes real quiet, so they're comfortable now before they actually get on the phone with the client. So the first, provide the script and the email template. The second, role play that phone script with them. The third, help them identify the first client. Don't just leave this up to chance. Again, control the controllables. So who is the ideal first client? Yes, of course, we all want the large clients. That would be great, wouldn't it? But what we want more than anything is small wins. Small wins. When we're starting a new relationship, we just need a little bit of momentum building up. So it's very important that we help them identify comfortable client, not their biggest client, just an average client that they have a good relationship with, that they're not intimidated to pick up the phone and call, or at least they're least intimidated out of all of their clients, right? And if you put yourself in their shoes, doesn't it make sense? Like, who would you rather pick up the phone and call to talk about a new relationship? Somebody you've known for 5 or 6 years, you have a great relationship. If something goes wrong, it's, hey, sorry about that. Or somebody that if it goes wrong, they're going to be really upset. It's going to hit your income significantly. Of course, start with an average client, but somebody that's easy, right? Okay. So give them a script to email template. Role play the script. Help them identify a small win client. Somebody's easy. Pick up the phone, they can call. And then the fourth is you're going to have to anticipate the mindset. The mindset. If they're a CPA or an attorney, they have a certain badge that they wear. As a wealth manager, as an insurance agent, we don't fully appreciate that badge. I joke sometimes it's like a secret handshake. And they're a CPA, and they do things this way. CPAs don't do things like that. Attorneys don't do that. So you want to recognize that that might come out of them and you want to respect it, but you don't want to believe it, right? Because we're all human beings. We all evolve. We all change. If we find a way to bring more value to a client and it helps us, aren't we going to evolve? So when they say like, I'm a CPA, we don't just pick up the phone and call clients. I like to say something like where I accept their objection, but then I kind of turn it back on them. So an example of that would be, you know, I've heard that with CPAs that I've worked with before. What would a good solution be in your opinion? And then let them come up with the solution and what that looks like. Now, ideally, we get them to the point where they come up with the same solution that we would like them to do, you know, but it might take a little while. They might need a few weeks. They might need some role playing. They might need to just send an email first to a client. Let them do that once or twice and then call. But I'm telling you, the best scenario is going to be they pick up the phone, they call the client to introduce the concept, then they send the client an email with some type of questionnaire that then you and the CPA review together, and then the two of you discuss what action steps you take next. And ideally, that's when actually you get involved, get introduced to the client, and you go from there. So I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please give it a thumbs up. And also, every Friday we release free educational content like this. Just be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can probably see the button somewhere down there. Hit that subscription button. You'll be notified every time we upload new information. And finally, if you're interested in understanding how we work with CPAs and attorneys, how we built this model, how we've helped other advisors, I'll be sure to include a link to our free 20-minute training video in the description below. That's it for today. I hope you found the video helpful.